Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming in for a video today. I'm so happy that you're here. My background looks a little different, doesn't it? That's because I'm getting ready for another video. I'm going to do a recorded video, and it's going to be all about bags. A bag that I promised to show you a while back, and I just haven't had time to make the videos, all the videos that I'd like to make. Let me know if you can hear me. So happy you're here for a live video. It's going to be not just a Thelma's live video. And I'll probably change the title later, but I kind of came up with a little impromptu title there. I'm also doing it on YouTube Live, which is a little bit different than what's the other one? StreamYard. It looks different. I'm not seeing the chat. I don't know if I need to pop it out. Let me check. Let me check and see what I need to do. Okay. Yeah, the live chat is on. So welcome everyone to my channel. This is a channel all about reselling, thrifting, and of course jewelry. Jewelry is always at the forefront here. So I hope you enjoy that. Now today we're going to talk a little bit more about the back end of things and how things run as far as how I make a living doing this kind of thing, how I supplement my income with reselling, and how I've changed a little bit on the way things are in the world of reselling. Robin, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. It's a little bit impromptu, but it's been on my mind for a while because I have been changing things a little bit here and there, and I'm wondering if you've been doing the same thing. If you have tapped into all of the different avenues out there for us, let me know. And let me know how the lighting is. I usually dim the light a little bit with the lives, but it might be a little bit too bright, too light. I don't know. And let me know if you can hear the sound okay. Hi, Becky. Lighting is pretty good. You think so? I think I look a little pale. But that's just the way it is. Maybe I should brighten this other light over here too. So yes, I'm going to be doing, I set up the background to highlight my bags because I'm going to do I think I need more lighting. I'm going to do a video all about my favorite handbags and also about a particular bag that I thrifted for $25, and that retails in the realm of an Hermes. It actually retails for around $10,000, believe it or not. Not a seller? Well, that's okay if you're not a seller. Some of the stuff we talk about can also be used for as buying. What do you buy? Are you a consumer of any kind? Do you like to buy at thrift stores? Do you frequent the thrift stores or eBay or that kind of thing? And what do you do to make sure that you're getting the right thing, that you're getting things as described? And, what are your favorite sites to do that on? Sound is good too. Wonderful, wonderful. Good. Alexis, I've heard your name before. I'm not sure. Do you follow me on Whatnot? It sounds a little familiar. Sounds a little familiar to me for some reason. Or did I buy from you? Maybe that was it. But anyway, I've been selling on eBay for a very long time. Anybody else out there sell on eBay? And eBay is still a wonderful place to resell. I still use it quite a bit. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. I still use it quite a bit. I vowed to list 3 things. Was it last week? Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to my audience over on Whatnot. And I vowed to list at least 3 things, and I listed 1. And it was only because I was getting things ready to go sell on Whatnot. I did sort of a what did I call it? I guess arts and crafts. I did post it in my community tab in case anybody was interested in things like rubber stamps, art paper, that kind of thing. But I hope to do more of that because I have just been diagnosed by my daughter that I have ADD. She may be right. She really may be right that I may have ADD. Hi, Vanessa. And she said one of the hallmarks of it, because I think she was diagnosed with ADD. Well, she was she? I don't remember anymore. But I'm talking as of late. I don't remember if she was diagnosed with a little ADD. But anyway, she said one of the hallmarks of it is hobby hopping. Hobby hopping. And, well, so many of these personality issues, I don't know if they're all disorders, but personality traits, they're kind of comorbid, and they kind of culminate one on top of the other, and they kind of feed off each other. So one of the things was that I collected so many things for my hobbies. So I never just, like I started making art with rubber stamps and with paper, and I just really loved it. That was when my kids were fairly young, I guess about 20 years ago, because some of the books that I had were from 2020. Yeah, it was about 20 years ago, and I would just go all in, and I would go to the craft store, and I couldn't just buy one or two things, especially the beautiful rubber stamps. I had to buy 5 or 6 at a time to, I mean, honestly, it's you even forget about your budget sometimes, and you're like, "Oh, but that one's so beautiful." And she was saying that was one of the hallmarks of ADD is to hobby hop. Now, I always knitted. I love knitting, and I would go in on that too, buy all of the yarn. I have tons of yarn because I don't knit that much anymore. And I was telling her how I was addicted. And I used the word addicted. That's why she went ahead and said, I think you might have ADD because there seems to be a trait of hobby hopping with ADD. So hence, that's why I'm stuck with a lot of things that I want to resell. And I've been selling them on Whatnot and selling them on eBay and lots of different places. But that's one thing I definitely did. But I would not just go in slightly, just get my toes wet. No, no, I would go big time to the point where I have trunks. I literally have a trunk about this big that's layered, probably about 4 or 5 inches, layered with rubber stamps. And I sold a few, and not as many as I wanted to sell, but I'm going to keep doing those kinds of sales because, again, Whatnot is just such a great place. And I'm not plugging Whatnot or anything. Believe me, I've done that, and Whatnot has been wonderful to me. But I'm just really basically talking about how I am reassessing my reselling business. I have never been the type to compare myself to others, honestly, because my business is completely different from yours. I don't source to the point where I, find people in foreign countries, or they actually find me, honestly. They've come on my Facebook page, and they write to me, and they show me samples of their rings, and tell me they'll give me so many for so much money. I've never done that. First of all, I've never been attracted to that kind of jewelry. Never have I been attracted to a labradorite ring that just has a ring around it and a simple band. I need some personality in my jewelry. So I've never been attracted to any of that. Some people are. There's a market for everything, of course. But so that's really not my business. It seems like what I have done to sell and to make content here on YouTube, because it's all kind of what they call a virtuous cycle. It really came to a cycle where I was doing the jars, I was buying jewelry that I always liked anyway. It's not like I'm just buying it to sell it. And then it just turned into that. And it turns into where I'm paying 25 cents for something. So even if I sell it for $2, that's a lot of a jump, isn't it? So that's why I don't compare myself to others as far as what I'm selling for how much. Mine is volume. Mine is really volume right now. Hi, Miss Leslie over at Black Dog, and Sheila and Robin and all those who just joined me. I appreciate you very much. You're from New Zealand. So nice to have you here. What did I draw? Oh, thank goodness it wasn't water. That's Carlene from New Zealand. Lori. Oh, yeah. It's been really slow on eBay. And, that's always an advantage for us as well. That's when I go in and make offers like crazy. But again, I'm not making offers. Maybe about 2 years ago, I was looking for unique jewelry. I would go and, put in keywords like Native American, vintage, old Indian, old Mexico, just any kind of keyword that I thought would generate uh, Miss Lucy from across the street that just wants to get rid of her jewelry. Because I don't even like to buy from professional sellers. I really don't. Honestly feel like I feel like I get more of a bargain, more of an array of interesting things from, Miss Lucy and Miss Edna, who just got tired of, the jewelry they've been hoarding for 50 years, or the jewelry they collected when they were on vacation in Arizona and whatever. That's always been my way of hunting for jewelry. So again, that's why I never consider myself very competitive with people who have things consigned to them, or people who run to the first estate sale. I love estate sales too. Don't get me wrong. I know there's wonderful things out there too, but I prefer to go to an estate sale where I know that jewelry was not brought by dealers, where the dealers don't have their tables with their perfect lamps. And to me, that's not an estate sale. In my opinion, it's not. To me, that's just rented space. And you're going to pay money. You're going to pay a higher dollar for that. As a matter of fact, I passed probably 3 estate sales, but I'm way too lazy during my summer vacation. I really want to enjoy it. And I don't want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to be the first one in line at an estate sale to find that grail brooch or anything like that. And if that's your jam, that's your jam. Wonderful. But it's not mine. It's just not mine. And that's why I'm saying that I have to remind myself that I'm not in competition with anyone. The only one that's I'm in competition with is myself, to do better, to see my profit of margin widen. And that's what I'm saying about how I look at I even want to, I guess I could even call it business plan, business objective. It's different from yours. It, I don't, I, I guess it's because I do have another job. I'm a teacher full time, and maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll change when I retire, and I really do have to have a steady, different inventory coming in. It's just the way it is for me now. Anybody have any questions or any opinions? Please leave your questions and opinions in the comment section as well when we sign off today, because I always love to read your comments. I answer your comments. I appreciate them very much. How do you guys like that beautiful man behind me? Guess who got that for me? Oh my God, it's a big, thick poster. I want to put maybe some hinges on it and hang it from the window there, make it look kind of like a stained glass. My husband found that in the trash. Thank you so much, Michelle. Hi from Florida. Is it Florida or Florida? And Gmas, or is it Gmas? Gmas Jewels. Oh, I love him too. Well, my husband got him for me. He said he stopped. He's an infamous or famous. No, he's notorious for stopping and picking up junk from me. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But he brought it along with a Michael Kors bag in a dust bag. A brand new Michael Kors bag in a dust bag. It's definitely a knockoff of a Birkin. The Birkin, the Hermes Birkin. Do your thing, Robin. I've been watching and a subscriber at Black Dog Vintage and loving her videos as well. She reminds me of one of my aunts. Um, Thank you for being here. What was I saying? Okay, the Birkin bag. Yeah, it was a Birkin bag, not a Birkin. It was a Birkin knockoff. And he said the man was throwing it out in the trash. And then my husband asked him, "Are you going to have a garage sale or what's going on here?" He said, "No, I'm getting a divorce." He was throwing her stuff out on the curb. So that's where Elvis came from. Isn't he beautiful? Really, really love that. Very, very much. And it's interesting because my husband bought me a beautiful when we were dating in the 70s, and I think it was well, Elvis died in 77, right? So I think it was around 78. There was a lot of merch everywhere. And my husband had bought me, when he was my boyfriend, he bought me a beautiful mirror. He knew I loved Elvis, and I cried my eyes out for weeks and weeks and weeks. And he kind of just put up with me. But he bought me a beautiful mirror about that size, and it was just a mirror with his image painted on it. And it was very similar to that picture there. So now I guess he replaced it. Really sweet. You're you're always garbage picking too? It's, oh my gosh, it really does pay to know the neighborhood's, pickup schedules. I guess they call it Big Trash Day here, but it wasn't even in this neighborhood. He told me it was somewhere else. And yeah, the Michael Kors bag, and it came with a dust bag. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. So you guys may see that at my next auction. Michael Kors is not my favorite. As far as that particular style, I like Michael Kors when he's very low key, when he uses real leather and he doesn't do the logos. I don't like his logos, but this one is very interesting, just like a Birkin with the MK in the front, and I think it's beige and it's humongous. It's about this big, really big. You're packing your eBay orders. Wonderful. How is eBay going for you? I hope it's going well. You did too. So did I, Vanessa. So did I. Saw him twice. My dad took us when we were, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. Uh, yeah, I think I was about 12 at the last one. I saw him in San Antonio and in the Houston Astrodome. Amazing. I still have the buttons that say live and in person or Elvis Live, those little silver ones. I have about two or three of those. I took my sister's, I took everybody's. You shop at Red, White, and Blue on it's in Hamilton, New Jersey. Mostly Princeton. Yeah. It's good to know the Goodwills as well. There are some that are better than others, but then don't discount the musky places either. I don't. Those are some of my favorite ones is to walk into a place that still has dust everywhere. They don't have it color coordinated and their prices are not coordinated as well. Like they really don't care, if they're selling you a bag that's worth so much money and you're buying it for $5. When I list every day, I sell every day. Yeah, that's the key. That's the key for sure. And that's the problem. Um, that's the problem for me because in a way, I think a lot of people, I guess with List Perfectly and things like that, that can help you if again that is your full-time position and you have nothing to do but that is your dedicated job. Um, to do, and I think it's a paid service, right? List Perfectly is some kind of a paid service where they can cross list everything. I find that to be a little dangerous. I used to do that all by myself, and often I would forget, and it would sell twice. And I didn't really get dinged too bad about it, but it can definitely happen. And I didn't like listing too much in different places, and I always felt like one was better for one thing than the other, and then all of a sudden, Etsy got really confusing for me. Etsy got really confusing for me when they wanted the free shipping for a certain amount. I don't know if they've changed again. Um, and I feel not only that, it wasn't so much that I couldn't adapt to that, but I felt like their customer base had also changed. I felt like a lot of people always knew that Etsy was going to be the place to go for your vintage jewelry, your really fine vintage jewelry, your better brands and Shriner if you can find it, and what are the other ones? Florenza and give me some names, guys. Give me some names. All those names out there, you could find that, and vintage clothing, and really, and you could command a higher price. You could command a higher price, and that's why I feel I got a little confused about Etsy. I think they changed their identity. They changed their identity. They got less strict about even counterfeits. I remember one time I got a thing pulled down that I didn't even know was a counterfeit. I detest. I was approached the other day to hawk a bag. I forgot what the name of the stupid replica company is, but they have everything, Chanel, everything. And they're like $300, which, in real life, they're 3 and 4,000. They were going to send me a free bag. And I wrote them back and I said, I'd sooner carry a paper bag than a counterfeit bag. But now you see them all the time on Etsy. But anyway, it was just a small, teeny little bag like this with Hello Kitty on it. And it didn't say Hello Kitty on it, but it had the image. And I didn't even know. I thought it was Hello Kitty. It was like 10 years ago, and I just listed it for $10. They yanked it within minutes. And I got a letter from Hello Kitty, and I got a letter from from Etsy. And I'm not kidding. They were on it, and they just don't have that vigilance that they used to have. And when they don't, we suffer. We as sellers, a lot of people think it's a harmless racket. I call it a racket to sell counterfeits, but it harms everyone. It's what broke the back of Vera Bradley. It's what has devalued Michael Kors. It's just once they start counterfeiting them all to the point where that nobody cares, everybody's just carrying around the fake, then you have lost the value of the genuine item. So that's why I stopped with Etsy so much. I don't even think I do have an active account. I believe I still have an active account over there. But I'm just not as enthused as I used to be 10 years ago when they first started. I guess it's been more like 15 now. Etsy changed their searches too. Suddenly your items stop showing up. You close your store, Miss Leslie? Yeah. And then there's some people, like I know Roberta over at Roberta's Treasure. She's got an active store over there. And I believe, who was that other really nice lady that sold over there? Angie at Treasured Vintage, I think it was. She had a really good thriving store there too. But again, I think they stuck to it. They don't really like eBay. And I really think that's the key to a lot of things is you can do a lot of things. It's like multitasking, but which ones will you not do so well? I honestly think we drop the ball when we multitask too much. That's my never to be humble opinion, but I really think it's true. And I mean, I'm trying not to do that with what I'm doing now, which is Whatnot and Facebook, but I have definitely differentiated the two quite a bit, and I want to keep it that way. For example, on my Facebook auctions, I really have, hi, Miss Lynn. I really try to keep it kind of a social thing in a way. I really don't like long lingering auctions, but I don't it's not as fast paced as Whatnot. So there is, a little bit of time for me to have some chit chat and ask everyone how they are and so forth. And you can do that on Whatnot as well when you're established. When you're established at Whatnot, like my beautiful friend Donatella is, she can sit there and untangle jewelry, literally untangle the jewelry and then sell it. And she said she's going to come out on my show pretty soon, so I'm hoping to have her so she can tell us, about her rise and all of her roads that she's taken to the wonderful, successful business she runs. Because honestly, and so people have always gone to certain channels for community. They like it. They like being there's an ambiance there, and there's always a set of people that are the buyers, right? And in a way, they're the ones that support the channel or the Whatnot, whatever. But I think once you're established, like I said, once you're established at Whatnot and you've got your set dates, it's very important to have a set date. I was trying to do every Wednesday, and I've been sticking with every Wednesday this summer over there. Then people start knowing you're going to come in at that time. Same thing here on YouTube. You've got your certain day. That's when they're going to come up and show for you. But don't be complacent here as well. Don't be complacent here as well. I've seen many things. I've seen many channels struggle for many reasons. But I think one of the reasons that I don't go, and I'm not throwing shade on anybody in particular. Please don't think I am, or don't try to guess who I'm talking about, because it's in general. It's in general. And even things that I pop into for the first time, if there's something that I'm not liking there about the way they run a certain thing, I leave. It could be my first time there, and I'm going to leave because I don't like the fact that, and I'll go over a few things. I don't like the fact that I have to ask 10 questions. What size is it? What's the length? What's the material? Is it stamped? Is it tested? I want you to tell me that, because then somebody might be offended and, they don't like the question. Oh, of course she tests. Of course she's the top person here and nobody's better than her. She's going to test everything. Well, I don't know that because I'm new here. I don't know who you are. I've never established any kind of rapport, any kind of anything with you. So I feel like sometimes people get so complacent in their channel selling that they don't forget they forget that they need to bring in new people, that people will get tired of watching you. Same thing here on YouTube. By the way, if you're enjoying this channel, if you're enjoying this chat, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. All subscriptions are always free. So I think that's one thing we have to think about as well. People want to see free merchandise. New merchandise. They don't want to see the same thing they saw the week before that you hadn't sold. They don't want to see it, presented in 5 different ways, 5 different weeks. But I think that's one of my pet peeves is that I'm not welcomed. That the first thing when I walk in an auction is register. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear, hello, how are you? Thanks for being here. Same thing on Whatnot. When you first, and they know who's watching on Whatnot. That's the interesting thing about it. I can't hardly read that text though. So please excuse me if I don't do as I say. But just do what I do. Sometimes I can't read the tiny text. So I'll just say, hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Kirsten, thanks for being here. So that's important, and it makes you feel like you are wanted and welcomed in the space. Because if you want to just have a click auction, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have a click auction when those people start fading away for whatever reason. They have enough jewelry, or they got tired of watching you. You're not going to have anyone. You always have to welcome everyone with open arms immediately as they walk into your Whatnot auction or your YouTube auction, and welcome in. How you doing? Da 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 da. We're doing jewelry today. We have sterling, and don't forget that some people don't like to ask questions. Also, I have learned on my Whatnot is that not everyone is as tech savvy as others. Some people have a lot more skill behind the keyboard. Some people don't even know where the bid button is on Whatnot. They don't know that they can bid here in the chat when they're doing a YouTube auction. I forget too when I'm doing my Facebook auction to constantly remind people that they have to put a B in front of the number, or else it will be ghosted out, even though it's not always ghosted out, but more often than not it can be. And that pesky lag that we all deal with. People get so upset with it. Just like the hair salon. Tell us about that, Lynn. Yeah, not everyone knows everything. And you assume that they do. You assume that the 400 people that are watching you, if we should be so lucky, right, are the same 400 people that are going to watch you every week. And they're not. There's a billion users on here. And everyone loves jewelry. It is a universal passion and need. It is an absolute need. It doesn't matter if you pick up a shell from outside at the beach and hang it on a string. We need to adorn ourselves. And so, if we want to continue to generate new customers, we have to treat them like they're welcome. We can't just say, oh, we're a small group here. Oh, we're a tight knit group here. Oh, this is your safe space. Come on. What am I hiding from? What do I need to be safe from? I just want to look at your jewelry. That is such a turnoff to me. Welcoming clients, new or old, as they walk in the door. Absolutely, Lynn. Absolutely. Is there anything worse than even walking into a restaurant? There's nothing nicer than someone telling you, welcome. Thanks for coming in. How are y'all today? How are you doing today? It's just a really great feeling. It's common sense. It's common decency. It's manners. It really is. Yeah, like what do I need a safe space from what? Come on, we're all grown women here. I wear a size 12 underwear, I think, 15, 16, 20. By the way, I just had a birthday 2 days ago. I got Elvis from the trash. He's gorgeous. I'm going to turn around and just look at him. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. I tell my husband, he is just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I got that, and I got a Michael Kors bag from a divorce blowout. Is there anything better though? People are angry sometimes. Thank you so much. It was on the 26th. Yeah, it was on the 26th. My daughter was very thoughtful and brought me an amazing cake from Whole Foods. I think it's the berry something. That is a good cake. If you ever want to get a good cake, that one is delicious. And they make everything with fresh ingredients and so forth. So, yeah, I had a birthday. I don't need anybody to protect me. I really don't. I don't need a safe space. What is that? What is that? This is my safe space. I'm happy here. Don't ask me questions, please. Come on. And you're in a public forum. You're in a public forum. Why do you want to close yourself in, cloister yourself to your little, almost like you're in what is it, a convent or something with only your 25 buyers? Why would you want to do that? I let everyone into my auction group on Facebook, even though it's a private group. It's a free group. It's a private group. It's a private group because I don't like to put up with trolls here on YouTube. More so, I just don't like to mix the two. I want this to be a community of entertainment, education, and fun. And I want the other venues to be my sales venues. But I let everyone in. If you mess up, which is be a dead bid bidder. If you don't pay me when you're supposed to pay me, and if you didn't contact me, and then you just ignore my emails, you're not coming back. You're not even going to come back to watch because it's a private group. But it's very easy to be over there. It's not a big deal. It's free. You just say, yes, I will abide by the rules. Don't spam. Don't promote your channel. Don't promote your auctions. Don't promote your sales unless I want to do it. If I want to promote you, I will promote you. But I don't need for my Facebook pages to be filled with your sales. Number one reason why I don't like that, you don't deliver, your mail got lost, you sold something that was sterling, that you said was sterling or 14 karat gold, and it turns out to be plated. They're going to contact me and they're going to say, hey, your friend or whoever it was, I bought it from your page on Facebook. Someone was advertising on your space. So that's why I don't do it. And that's why I ask for people to respect my space over on Facebook. If I want to promote it, I will. And I usually do. I love, you know, tagging people and putting the tags where I can so people can go find wonderful jewelry. There's, of course, I'm not jealous. I'm not being gatekeeping or anything like that. That's not the objective of that. The objective is to protect myself. Not only that, I can't believe the trouble I had with someone who spammed someone there the other day. Not the other day, when I first started. I guess it's going on 4 years already that I've been selling on Facebook. Somebody put basically a spam link. About 20 people clicked it, including me. And luckily, I was able to fix it, but a lot of people could not get it off of their feed. It just came, and I think it was something like a free iPad or free something, if you click this link and do this survey or something. And it was a member. It was somebody that had let in as a member. So I was like, I will never, ever, ever. That's when I totally kicked out any kind of posting on my pages. On the public page, you can, and that's gotten me in more trouble than I'd care to go into tonight because people thought they could go in there and insult everyone. But the other type, no, not on the members only auction and sale. Let me see what you guys are saying. You try to buy. I just try to buy a super sticker. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, you're so sweet. Super stickers. I don't know. Down at the bottom of the chat, there should be a dollar sign, and you click it, and then you can pick a super sticker or a super chat, and then you put the amount and you put a message. That's how that goes. Thanks for asking. Not necessary, but I certainly appreciate it. Let me see what else y'all are doing here. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Stop watching some sellers for the attitude of cloister. This is my space. This is my happy place. Don't come in here and ask me questions because my mods will get you. Instead of saying, welcome, thanks for being here. Now, if you ask a stupid question, you can zap them. If you're insulting and you ask a stupid question, And I'm by stupid, I mean, if they say something like, why is your hair white? That would be a stupid question. Something like that. Or why do you, hi, Miss Lois. Honesty is the best policy. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But those were the things that I don't like to. Plus, because the reason I like for someone to keep telling me what I'm looking at till they if they're still bidding on it is because I'm auction hopping. I'm going from one to the next to the next. I'm on Whatnot with 4 tabs open. So when I click on, I'll give you, a chance. But I've seen people actually show it to you, take bids and put it down. There's nothing on the screen. And they're still bidding, and it looks like it's really good because it's going and it's going and it's going, and they're no longer showing it. I don't get that. I know your arm gets tired, but, get a little some books under there or something. That is another pet peeve of mine. I really, really can't stand that. Or when they're showing something that's super tiny and they've got 5-inch nails and I can't see it because their 5-inch nails are covering it, and they have 1,000 or more little holders, but they lost them all. And believe me, I know they get lost. I lose them too. So that's annoying too. But I'm sure I do plenty of things that annoy people too. So let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what I do that annoys the heck out of you. I know you will. Got some honest people in here. Why is my hair so white? I don't know. It started turning gray when I think I found my first gray at 19. And then I never saw my real color again because I used to do highlights and all through my teens and 20s and 30s. I did a whole video on it. I'll link it if you want me to, on my journey on my hair. And then I think it's already been about 7 years that I've been growing it. I just decided I was tired of the smell. I was tired of the, you know, line in a week. 2 days. 2 days I would already see it right here on my sideburns. So I just got so tired of it, and I figured, and when I did it when I was 50, um, I just decided I'm 50. I look 50. Dark hair is not going to make me look 30. Period. If anything, the darker your hair, the older you look. They say you're supposed to lighten it a little bit. That's why so many people go blonde once they're in their 50s and 60s. But for me, and especially with I don't know, my coloration is a little more olive. So I don't know, but I do have to wear a little bit, I think, more color on my face. And someone once told me I looked horrible in black. See how wonderful the the subscribers and the comments can be. You have to have tough skin to be on this gig. You really do. She said, "You look horrible in black. You look like you're going to a funeral, and never wear stripes again either." Honestly, honestly. And she was a pretty popular YouTuber. Her's not popular, but in my little fish pond, she had I don't know, maybe 500 subscribers at the time. And I think that's what I had as well. So I never wore black again, but now I like black anyway. As long as I put something, did y'all see this fabulous? I think this is Yves Saint Laurent. I had the earrings. I got them from Makeup Zombie, but the earrings, one of them broke, and Robert's still working on how to fix them. Isn't it amazing though? It's gold and silver. Oh, you're so sweet, June. How are you, Anna? So then I never wore black again. Isn't that weird? And I took it to heart. I swear for 2 years I didn't wear black. You just get that one negative comment and it stays in your head. I try not to let it, but it does stay in your head. And then when was it? Like a month or two ago, I was wearing black. I don't remember what I was wearing, but I was wearing black. And my boss or head of the department said, "You look so nice in black. You need to wear black. Your hair stands out. You look slimmer." Not that, I mean, I don't care what she says. She's got Asperger's, so she's pretty up there. It just tells you everything she's thinking. I love her. I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, you should. That's your color." So now I'm like all black. Love it. You are? Well, let it grow out. If it's what you like, and if you don't like it, you're not married to it. You are not married to it. If you are growing it out and then you hate it, you hate it. Go dye it. My sister just let hers go about 3 years. She waited about 5 years after I did, and she looked fabulous. As a matter of fact, in my video, I mentioned the fact that she's still dyeing her hair, and she had red, and she even had that really pretty kind of ashy, and then 2 white streaks, not white but blonde. That is still popular today. I don't know what they call that. Miss Lynn, what's it called? Maybe I'll do that one day. But I think it's such a cool look, especially for people that have just that crown effect, to do like a highlight that doesn't require as much maintenance as the, all black or chocolatey hair. You are good. Yeah. Good, Daisy. Oh, you're so sweet, Ilde. Hildy. I hope I'm saying it right. Is it Hildy? Ilde? Love learning how to pronounce things right. The skunk. I don't know if it's called the skunk, but my sister did that for a while. She looked really good. That was like in the late 80s or 90s that she was doing that. The older you get, let me see what someone said here. Yeah, I don't give a fudge either. Frick. Thank you, Lois. Yeah, so what I'm also to the back to our topic at hand, rethinking. Rethinking the reseller thing is that I'm not going to sell on eBay unless I sell every day. List every day, list every day, list at least one thing. I was doing that one year, and boy, you're absolutely right. Sell, 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 sell. Even if it was just one thing. And what I would do, my little trick, or not my trick, but my little organizational strategic way of doing it, was that I would have them all ready with pictures. And then when I was doing bus duty or something, waiting around for something at school, I'd already have it. And it's so easy. It's like, I think even double easier now to list from your phone. So the picture was ready, fill in the blanks. Usually, if it was something like, let's say, a Barbie doll, everybody's selling Barbie right now. I did it last year. Um, Vintage Barbie. You can take a picture of it. I have this one I just got, but I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's from 98, I believe. So all I did, she's playing in the WNBA. Isn't she beautiful? And she says, I can really shoot. I love her. And I love her hair. And this is before they changed her body. She offended a few people. You know how they always go social warrior on us. She offended a few people with her curvy body. So they changed her body in 2016. They changed her body. They changed her face. She's got more of a teenage face than a woman's face and a woman's body. But anyway, so you take a picture of it, just like a Google thing, but you're on the eBay app. It searches it for you. It gives you what it's selling for. You just scroll down a little bit, you click sell one like it, then you take your own picture because it only did it for the search. Then you take your own picture. You can already have your pictures done. And then you just list it and you can put it at whatever price they have it at. You can fill in the blanks if you want. You want to start it higher, or you don't want to do auction. You want to do buy it now. It is so easy to sell on eBay. I don't know why more people don't do it. Those of us who are seeking, additional incomes and income streams, it's just much, much more easier than it ever was. When I first started, I had to plug in my camera. I had to literally plug in my camera cards and everything. Color melts with darker roots and highlights in the younger crowd. I'm busy covering gray or not. I have a lot on natural. The young ones love the crazy vivid colors. They do. Do you do those crazy colors? Yeah, one of my daughters has purple, all purple, but it's a really pretty grape purple. My other daughter has probably 3 different colors, and one of them finally went natural, back to natural, but she's had Crayola red. She had Crayola red a couple of years ago. Yeah. So, resigning myself to knowing that if you don't list every day, on eBay, you won't sell. Period. So I'm trying to list right now. There's also a craze going on. Here's your bolo for the night. Go look for the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtle movie is coming out soon. That's going to be the next big money maker on eBay. Anything Ninja Turtle, especially the vintage things. I have a big Ninja Turtle backpack I need to do. And I think I have some old stickers as well, that kind of thing. But always keep your eye on trends. Pay attention to the ads that come out on YouTube or wherever else they may run ads, because that's the next craze. I'll never forget the time my son told me about Frozen when Frozen came out. I was just perusing the Dollar Tree, and I never go to the Dollar Tree. I don't know what I was looking for. I think I was looking for school supplies for the classroom. Hi, Miss Carrie. Good to see you. And I told him I was looking for something. Oh, I think I told him I was going to the Goodwill, which is right next door. And he says, "Hey, you should start buying anything frozen." I will tell you, I bought these little. I found them there at the Dollar Tree. They were tiny little sandwich boxes, just to hold a little sandwich or to hold some cookies from the Dollar Tree. They had a sticker of Frozen on it. I sold those for $40 each on Amazon. $40 each. They ran and ran and ran. I think I was left with about 3 before that train stopped. But keep your eye on the trends, the toy trends, the movie trends. It's all, as you know, youth oriented. You have about 75 brand new Barbie dolls in boxes for my oldest daughter. That was yes, I did too. And my daughter did take home 2 what was it? 2 days ago. They came over and they've seen the Barbie movie 3 times already, I think. And they were talking about Barbies, and I couldn't remember where they were. I knew I had a whole bunch, and they'd been listed on eBay. They've been selling that, along with Spawn and X-Men and all those other toys from my son. Those have always been consistently on Amazon and eBay. But then my daughter remembered that she had rearranged the kitchen, and she put away my air fryer. I had forgotten. She put away my air fryer in one of the top cabinets. And that's where there were 2 more Barbies left. Holiday Barbie, they were both, I think one was 96 and 92. My daughter's 30. Well, the middle one is 33. The 23-year-old was the one that put it up, and the 36-year-old is the one that they were hers. So she was like, "Oh, I got my Barbies." We even took a picture of her. She I was like, "Good thing, because they were going out the door already, you know. They stay here, they're mine. They're going in my eBay." Yeah, she found both of them. They're really pretty too. And it's funny because, I always feel, as mothers, we always kinda have, I know I do, guilt pangs about this or the other, and sometimes I think to myself, "I should have never made her collect them. I should have just let her enjoy them." Because sometimes she would tell me, "Can't I just have it? Can I open it?" And I'd be like, "No, they're gonna be worth a lot of money." And then and she kinda does the same thing now with her son. They collect Legos and things. Lego. It's so crazy. I'm trying to find the picture of her. But, I don't know. I think you should buy 2 when you can. One for the collector and one to play, right? So then my other daughter says, "Where's my Barbies?" Here she is. There's the Barbies in a box. We knew the Barbie dolls would be that popular now. Yeah, well, the Barbie dolls, they've always been popular. They've weaned though. They've waned rather, up and down, but I don't know, whenever it's in a movie form, it's gonna take off. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you got a new puppy. You called her Pepper because you needed some spice. Hmm, that's a cute name. You have a ton of them in the basement for myself. Well, I'm telling you, I made more on the Barbie. Let me show you my vintage one. I made more money on my, where did she go? On my, here she is. On my vintage Barbie doll clothes that I found new in a box. I mean, not new in a box, stored in a vintage box from the 60s. I still have one, the one that says Midge on it. It's got Midge on it, those big black ones. And I showed them in a video. I did sell the other one with Barbie singing into the microphone in a wonderful gown. This was one of the gowns, and this does not come with the stole. But this gown I have seen on eBay for $100. I saw it at an antique store for $100, and I pressed it. I steamed it, but I think I need to do it again, and then I'm going to list it as well. But this is a very, very vintage dress. You can tell they used to do real snaps. They don't do any of that. Everything's Velcro now. And yeah, this is the pink formal. Look at the way it's made. It's just amazing. And then this is my old doll. Then I think I moved the other one. I had some other ones back here. I have one from the 80s who's got a big, beautiful Pamela Anderson looking hairdo. But yeah, definitely if they don't mean anything to you, nobody cares for them. There's a lot of adult collectors, curators that there's money in Barbies. There always has been for the true collector and if they're in good condition. But I sold a Ken jacket, Barbie jacket, all of these vintage from the 60s just last year. 40, 50, 60. I could not believe the prices people were paying for Barbie clothes. More than I paid for this dress. Sold a little jacket like that belonged to Ken. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the video so far. Please give it a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. Looks like 64 people are still here, I think, or 45. Well, so we got 64 people here, 45 thumbs up. Please be sure and give it a thumbs up. But yeah, that's going to be it about listing on eBay. You have to be consistent or stay off of it. Because then you'll be disappointed. You'll be like, oh, I didn't sell anything, whatever. It's only what you put into it. And then for me, for Whatnot, it has been such a godsend for me because not only have I brought people from YouTube over there that followed me over there and supported me there and support me on my Facebook, but I've met new people there. I've acquired new organic following over there. I'm not big by any means. I think I only have 900 followers over there, but that's not big compared to people who have 12,000 followers and whatnot. Um, but it's a great way to thin out the inventory. And I'm not saying that I'm going to put my cheap things that are broken or that nobody else will want. No, I don't want people to expect that from my sales. I bring them good things, I bring them bundles. And I also want to iterate to you that just because you see someone that told you, oh, they only want everything for $5, everything is $1 over there. They even tell you, well, you don't have to listen to them. It's just like on here. If you're going to start something at $10, you're going to get $10 if only one person wants it. Don't be afraid to say, this necklace, this is a new necklace I just got. I mean, bracelet. It is beautiful, very, very old. It has teeny tiny beads of turquoise. But, if I wanted to, I could start it for 5 or 10 and I'd probably get 10. It's a nice sterling piece. But I can also say, no, I know this is worth 50, 60, maybe even $80. I'll start it at 45, or I will take my max. My max is $45 and I will ask for it. And if I can describe it enough for you, let you see the value that I see, not just show it to you, sterling, da 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 da. No, but let you know everything about it, give you the construction of it. Maybe even if I have more information about a mark or something. If I can start educating you on what you're looking at and then tell you, I need to start this at $50. Well, you just learned a lot about why this is worth $50 or more, and you will buy it. But if I just tell you, well, it's not marked, but I think it's this because what else could it be? No, that's not an education to me. That's not an education to me. And you're going to get what you deserve, which is you're either going to get false pretenses and sell something that way, or you're going to educate your customer and they're going to appreciate it and buy it. No, they will pay. I've seen people ask for 50 and $60 for vintage brooches. They're not all the high dollar names that you expect. Some of them are just very, very nice. And a Weiss brooch or whatever it may be, standard size. Maybe the average price of a Weiss brooch of that particular size may be 40. Maybe you started at 35, but why would you start it at 5? Just because somebody told you that people are only willing to pay $5? I don't think so. Stop listening to the naysayers. Those are people that tried it once, they didn't like it, they felt intimidated for whatever reason. Nobody showed up. Nobody shows up to mine too. Sometimes nobody shows up. 10 people don't show up. I mean, 10 people is not a crowd, right? But 10 people are interested in your jewelry. Explain it to them, tell them what they're buying, tell them why you know it's a high value piece, and they will appreciate that. I'm not saying lie, I'm not saying make up stories, I'm not saying make up provenance and who owned it and who owned the house where you got it and you don't even know because they're actually a vendor that sold it to you. Why make up stories? You don't have to. Just what you know about it and you will sell it. The same thing with the handbags. I've seen people selling bags, and I will do this video as soon as I finish here. I'm going to record this video so you can see the bag that I thrifted for $25 and retails for $10,000. I never heard of the bag. I knew I was looking at quality when I saw it, looked it up immediately, and I was flabbergasted. And then I saw videos on it here on YouTube. So, but when you present something that you know is of value and you can convey that, you can ask for what you deserve. Now, if you come on and you're giving me a price that I can get it on YouTube and you're selling it to me here without fees here on YouTube. I can get it on eBay and you're selling it on YouTube and you're not paying anything but a PayPal fee maybe or a Venmo fee or something like that. And you want to sell it to me for the exact price that I can get it on eBay, I don't appreciate that either. I feel like if you're going to get a bargain, if you're saving a little bit of money from not listing it on eBay, you should pass that on to your customer. Or it would be a nice thing to pass it on a little bit of a starter entry level starting bid than, oh, it's on eBay and it's the same thing, or it's even more than it is on eBay. Well, what's the point of that? I mean, I just I don't understand it, but that's just my opinion. Back in the day when I was little, they made it American Airlines plane. He 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 buys so your Barbie dolls were playing. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. You pulled her arm down and she grew. Oh my God. They had one, I believe, like that. I think it was Skipper. Yeah. So just price accordingly, price according to your audience as well. If you're in a whatnot sale and you see that you're not selling a sterling necklace for even $10, don't pull out another one. I mean, common sense. Don't pull out another one because if they're that means that buyer is not there today. Doesn't mean it's not going to sell, doesn't mean it's not worthy of it. It just means that your target audience is not there. That doesn't mean you lower yourself, lower your standards, uh, lower the value of what you have by going down to their level. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself just because you want to sell something. You're going to wind up very bitter about it. You're going to have to pay a fee. It's pretty competitive fee. It's not very much considering what you get for on whatnot, which is you don't have to chase your buyer. Their information has already been taken as soon as you ship it and they receive it, and they usually receive it within 2 days because it's 2-day priority. The money is already in your account. You don't have to ask them for their address, their email, their name, their brother's name, their mother's name. None of that. It's already been done for you. All you do is print out a label, slap it on a box, or hopefully a mailer because you want to save on make sure that your weight is according, and then it's absolutely seamless transactions. So I am doing a lot there. I'm going to continue to do Wednesdays over there. I'm hoping to continue to do Wednesdays when I return to work on the 14th. Not sure if I'll do it right away, but I definitely want to continue to save one day a week for Whatnot. Saturdays will always be Facebook. I do love it over there. I'm gaining more and more followers over there as well. People are understanding that it's a free membership there. There's nothing to pay there. It's just a private group that I have to approve that you come in. And that's really, I don't know you when you ask to be approved, unless you make up a name or something. I don't think I know you. And prove yourself to be an honorable person, and you stay there. It's not a big deal. Yeah, the one that hates math was backlash. That's why she's so valuable. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I think we're going to call it a night. We've been on over an hour. Be sure and let me know your opinions in the comment section below after this video uploads and you're watching it later. If you have any questions about reselling, we can make it a weekly session here if you'd like. I'm certainly not going to call myself an expert, but I'm definitely a seasoned seller. I definitely know how to sell. I've sold in person. I've sold everything from high fashion to menswear. The only thing I haven't sold that I always wanted to sell was big ticket items like furniture or cars. I've always wanted to sell that, but I haven't. And of course, jewelry. But if there's anything that you have a question about or anything like that that I could possibly answer, I'd be happy to do it. All right, stay tuned for that video I'm doing on the handbags. That's why the background is the way it is right now, because you will learn a new brand to look out for, and you will learn to never underestimate a thrift store. Don't listen to people that say, "Oh, they keep it all for themselves. Oh, everything goes online." No. Some things go under the radar. They even went under the radar for me. If I hadn't picked it up and felt the quality, I wouldn't have looked it up. Wouldn't have known what it was. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who is here. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Share it with your friends so we can continue to grow the channel. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you.